Hello, I'm Wood, and I'm a log who mods and streams, but you're not here for that, you're here for Lost Technology. We are going to mod some events in Lost Technology. Now, to get to your Lost Technology folder, if you downloaded it from the website, you'll probably have put it somewhere and you can find it there. Otherwise, if you're doing it through Steam, like I am, you can find it pretty easily as well. You can right-click on it, press Properties, go to Installed Files, and go to Browse, where we find the Lost Technology. Now, in Common, you realize that is called Lost Technology with a space in it. But if you go into it, there's a file called Lost Technology, or a folder called Lost Technology with no space in it. If I do use directories, and I'll probably have Lost Technology in that directory because there's a Lost Technology space and a Lost Technology in there. Don't get this confused, okay? Another thing I wanted to say, you probably don't have all these files. These files are files I made for my own mods. We're going to be copying Lost Technology and pasting it for a backup. Now, you don't have to do this, but I'm going to do it because I don't want my original game to be messed up with my modifications. So if you copied and pasted it, you might be like, well, how do I access that Lost Technology game? Well, if you go, click on Play, and you play Lost Technology, it'll let you select which one. It usually doesn't let you do this because you only have one in your folder. But yeah, you can make a backup and access it pretty easily and just select it and like double click on it and play. We are going to do, I made modding tutorials, that's a folder I made for this tutorial. I'm going to go ahead and open it, and we're going to find a character to modify. Now the character I made, I'm going into the prologue, because that's story mode. I'm going to modify my boy Baldur, because he doesn't really appear in any story that much. So I'm going to click on Baldur, I'm going to click confirm, I'm going to go to him. Now you realize we don't get any like events pop-ups or anything, which most player characters don't, especially in like the scenarios. However, factions do. And we're like, oh well, I guess players like get little small characters that don't have a faction can't get those, but that's not true. You can actually make events for for characters, and it's pretty easy actually. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna exit out here. I'm going to go into my modding tutorials. Now, if you just copy and paste it, and you can rename it whatever you want. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go into script. Now, here in script is where we're going to be messing the most in. This is where all the script files are read into Lost Technology. I'm going to make a new folder. I'm going to call this modded. It's just to separate my modded stuff from the official stuff. If you want to, you can directly go into official. You'll go into official. There's a whole bunch of DAT files in here. And you can actually edit these. Like if I go to event and I want to edit Alcatraz events, I can just open with a notepad. And you'll see it's all here. All the events are here, and you can actually see the text and stuff and what happens and like all this cool stuff. It's cool. It's cool. However, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take Ronald, I guess. I'm gonna copy this, and I'm gonna go over here. And I'm going back in script. I'm going to go into modding, or modded. I'm going to paste it here. We're going to make our own events for our boy, Baldur. I'm going to rename this. I'm going to go to Baldur. Okay. Now, I'm going to go use Visual Studio. You can use the notepad for this, but for me, I like to have it a little bit more organized with Visual Studio. I'm in Visual Studio. You see that I actually have modding tutorials opened already. I'm going to go into our modded instead of official, and you'll see event Baldur. Now we have everything from Ronald because I copied it. I'm just going to get rid of everything except the first opening event. That's all I want to mess with right here. Boop, 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 boop. And I would recommend copying and pasting the DAT files. For some reason I tried earlier, I tried to make a text file and just rename the file extension. It didn't really work for me, so I'd recommend copying and pasting and just like modifying and changing the file. I'm going to be getting rid of a lot of stuff in here. And boop boop. See, I'm going to mess with stuff right now. We're not going to be too bothered by this at the moment. Now, we have an event here. I'm going to call this Baldur OP. And it's cool, We're going to make it scroll to Baldur. We're also going to show a spot. We're not going to show the spot yet, so I'm going to comment it out with a //. / is your comment and your coding within Lost Technology. It's pretty cool. Now, we have the event. However, it's not going to be triggered. We have nothing to trigger the event. We're going to have to go use what I like to call control events. The control events, you'll actually find these in the base game. You can find it in official, event control. These are your control events. These are actually what happens, like what you actually use to trigger your events. Okay, so you'll see it here, right here. It's story world map event FR1, which just means free mode. This is free mode right here. You say friend equals FR1 and then some of this. There's not much right here because this is free mode. Free mode doesn't have a lot of events. If you notice, it says friend. So friend is just making a reference to the scenario. Scenario, which is free mode 1. Now that free mode 1 is a defined name. It's the name of the ID. It's the identification of the scenario it's using. You'll also scroll down a little bit, you'll find Scenario 1. This is Story World Map Scenario 1. So these are going to be events for Scenario 1. You can actually scroll a little bit past that, and look, we have Musket. So these are where all the Musket events are found, and they have conditional statements here as well. Like yet, Musket versus crime. So this is an event. So if you've yet have this event, you get all this stuff inside of it. We're going to be doing a little bit of a similar thing. We're going to be making a scenario, like a control list. I'm going to go ahead and copy a little bit of this. I'm gonna copy up to here. Copy, and I'm gonna paste it. Or did I cut it? Oh wait, oopsie. What did I do? Oh, that was weird. Okay, sorry about that. Copy, get out of here, Clyde. Poor Clyde. I'm gonna go over here, paste it, and then I'm gonna bracket just to end it. Okay, we have some stuff here. I'm gonna reduce it down a little bit. I'm gonna bring this down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename this, because we can't use this ID, it's already defined. We want to make our new ID. So what I'm going to call this is probably World Map Event, maybe we just put Boulder, Scenario 1. This is a new ID referring to Scenario 1. Now Scenario 1, I'm pretty sure only has one, like, control ID event thingy, like this story thing here. We're going to just modify it so it doesn't override the other one, or try to override it, because you'll get an error in your Lost Technology if you try to. Now, we've got this done. You see right here, if yet Finveer, com set, and is player Finveer. That's kind of hard to read. Like, what does that mean? Basically what it's saying, if yet this event ID has not yet happened, and the player is not Fevnir, sorry, then this event will happen. What we want to do is we want to change the player. Well, first let's change the event. Okay. We want the event, yet we've had the opening. So basically we're looking for the opening. If the opening has not happened yet, then we'll get the opening event. We also want to make sure that the player, so this and means and basically, is player. We're to look for Baldur. Now you notice it was a faction earlier. If you know the game Lost Technology, it was Fevnir. Fevnir is a faction in Lost Technology, but we're going to be referring it to a character. And we also want to make sure that it is 1. So if the player is Baldur, which is equals 1, yes, and we haven't had the opening event for Baldur yet, then we'll get the opening event for Baldur. The opening event for Baldur is right here. And what it will do is it will scroll to Baldur. It'll ask you if you want to watch the opening. You'll notice that there's a variable here before the text. You don't see this in the game. This is a variable. If you click cancel on it, it'll make select equals 0. And this is what happens if you deselect the event. It would hide the spot mark, which we don't really need at the moment, and it'll trigger another event and then it will turn. We don't care about that. What we care about is if you click yes, okay, I do want to continue the event and I want to watch the opening. It'll go past this. It'll ignore this because this is not true. It'll skip this if. It'll go to this font thing. It'll font clear and change the font. And then what we want to do is make some text. We're going to make Baldur talk. So you can use a talk function. Now these talk functions, if you ever need to go look up for functions, I'll probably post a link down below this YouTube video. There's a very handy site, which is the Vahrentuga Summary Wiki, which helps with scenario production courses and stuff like that. I have this Google translated. It's all in Japanese, but I have it Google translated. It helps quite a bit, actually. We'll probably refer it more later or in another video. Now, then once we got this, we're gonna make a talk function. We're gonna go back to here. We're gonna put some, little parentheses around here. Now what we're gonna do, or parentheses. Is that, no, not parentheses. What are they called? I don't know what these things are called. I can't think right now. Baldor. And then, what are these things called? I don't know. We're gonna say hello world. Sorry, I'm being a little bit silly right now. Baldur is gonna say hello world. Now this talk function is used a lot. If you look in, just look right here. You're probably gonna find it. Yeah, look, talk, Scarlet. This is Scarlet talking, and this is her text. So this is actually a person talking to the player. It's going to display the character. Now that we've done that, we should just be able to open Lost Technology and see our changes. So I'm going to go here, play Lost Technology. Let's go ahead and open it. We're going to click Lost Technology modding tutorials. Yeah, make sure to click the one that you're currently editing to your changes. I'm going to click normal. We're going to click Prologue Birth because that's where scenario 1 is. We're gonna go find Baldur. Baldur is within Renowned. Here's our boy, he's right here. We're gonna click confirm. Watch the opening. Okay, watch the opening. Click confirm. It says Imperial Capital Ortega. Hello world. Okay, it works. You'll notice that the text is different. It's not white, it's blue, just like the text previously. We're gonna fix that. But for now, I think this is a good starting tutorial just to get you into events and actually kind of know how they function and how they trigger. I will make another tutorial soon where we could actually get a bit more in depth in the functions. If you have any requests as well for modding tutorials, let me know and I'll probably do some. Thank you for watching. Bam! Otherwise, look into the code yourself and look for stuff you like. Be like, whoa, they're doing this, they're talking, they're doing like fun function things, I don't know. And mess with it yourself a bit. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next tutorial. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Yippee!